felt your heart race when picking up a shiny coin on the street? But hey, imagine that feeling multiplied 1,000 times when what you accidentally touch isn't just an ordinary coin, but an entire ancient treasure, a giant dinosaur skeleton, or even things more astonishing than that. From royal national treasures to spine-chilling unexpected discoveries, each story is an unbelievably lucky moment. And who knows, after hearing these stories, you might start looking at everything around you with the eyes of an explorer. Brio Sao after. Imagine yourself digging a hole in your backyard and unexpectedly discovering something of great archaeological value. That's exactly the story of John Lampert, a resident of Suffolk, England. While fixing the garden fence, he accidentally spotted a large bone lying in a far corner of the property. Initially out of curiosity, he went to check it but didn't think much of it. Instead of calling anyone to examine it, he simply took it to the shed and forgot about it. Years later, when he decided to bring this bone to the Ipswich Museum, John received a huge shock. Experts there confirmed that he was holding a bone from a creature that lived 250 million years ago, a brio sow. Interestingly, the brio sow, an ancient marine reptile, is commonly known to have lived in waters of Africa, Australia, and China, not England. So how did this fossil end up in his backyard? Scientists suggest that perhaps the North Sea tide brought it here with silt deposits, or more simply, someone collected it and accidentally left it here. Brio sow were carnivores with a crocodile-like appearance, short neck, large head, and sharp serrated teeth. They ranged in length from 4 to 15 meters, living during the Triassic and Cretaceous periods. Although this species is extinct, some researchers still speculate that a small group might survive in the deep, dark ocean depths. Who knows, but regardless, this remains an incredibly impressive discovery. Have you ever heard of King Midas's hand in Greek mythology? This story may not be exactly the same, but it's close enough. Kevin Hillier, an Australian man living with his wife and 4 children in a bus at a campsite, was on a journey around the country. The trip was initially exciting, but things changed when Kevin suffered a back injury. To recover, his doctor advised him to take up metal detecting, both for relaxation and to strengthen his back. In 1980, while detecting in the Kinglake National Forest in Southeast Australia, his device suddenly emitted a strong signal. Kevin started digging and discovered the top of a gold nugget. At first, he thought it weighed about 1.5 kilograms, but the more he dug, the bigger it got. After over 2 hours, Kevin pulled the entire hand-sized gold nugget out of the ground, a solid block of gold weighing nearly 27 kilograms. The Hillier family sold this gold nugget to the Golden Nugget Casino in Las Vegas for over $20 billion. They used the money to buy a house in Perth, a new car, travel to the Netherlands, and enjoy life. Not stopping there, Kevin also obtained mining rights in the area where the nugget was found and even used a bulldozer for excavation. However, luck did not repeat itself. Although they found a few small gold nuggets weighing about 20 grams, the Hillier family understood that sometimes a big win comes only once in a lifetime. In 1989, at a flea market in Pennsylvania, a man with a passion for collecting antiques had an unexpected life-changing experience. While browsing among the stalls, he accidentally came across an old painting. Though the painting itself wasn't remarkable, he liked its sturdy frame and decided to buy it for just about $90,000. After bringing it home, he wanted to reuse the frame for another favorite artwork. During the disassembly process, he unexpectedly discovered an old document hidden between the wood and the backing cloth. Stimulated by curiosity, he decided to examine it more carefully. Holding the document in his hand, he couldn't believe his eyes. It wasn't just an ordinary piece of paper but the first printing of the United States Declaration of Independence, a historical asset of immeasurable value. Experts later confirmed the authenticity of this document and valued it at over $22 billion. With this unexpected discovery, the man went from an ordinary antique collector to a millionaire in the blink of an eye. The story of the Declaration of Independence forgotten in an old painting is a vivid testament that treasures can appear in the most unexpected places. Sometimes, just a bit of luck and patience can bring about miracles far beyond imagination. This also reminds us that in every old item, there might be a piece of history waiting to be discovered. That's not very appealing, but if you knew it has an incredibly high value, Tramroth Isa, a 55-year-old man in Thailand, lived quite strugglingly, earning only about $300,000 per day. His life was unremarkable until early 2019 when he was walking on the beach. By chance, he encountered a pale yellow block with a shiny, waxy surface. Tramroth suspected this might be ambergris, a rare substance produced in the intestines of sperm whales. Ambergris is an important ingredient in the perfume industry because even a small amount is enough to make perfume last longer. The astonishing thing was that the block Tramroth found wasn't small, like a floating treasure specifically for the perfume industry. However, unsure, he just stored it in his shed and returned to his daily life. It was nearly a year later, needing answers, that Tramroth decided to contact the local authorities. An expert was invited to examine it, and the results confirmed that the block was at least 80% ambergris, with an estimated value of up to 7.5 billion dong. Truly, luck comes from the most unexpected places. Exploring the sunken jeep at the bottom of the Andaman Ocean. For those who love the sea and exploring nature, the waters around the Andaman Islands are truly a hidden treasure waiting to be discovered. This place is not only famous for its long stretches of turquoise beaches and lush mangrove forests, but also home to a rich and diverse marine ecosystem. Visitors here cannot miss the opportunity to go diving and admire the magical beauty of vibrant coral reefs and schools of colorful fish swimming in the crystal clear water. During their journey to explore the ocean floor, many divers were surprised to discover a unique sight. An old jeep lying still on the seabed near Haplock Island. This vehicle is now submerged in water, no longer a means of transportation but has become part of the vast ocean. Over time, corals have grown all around the jeep, covering it in a colorful natural crust. Schools of small fish have also chosen this place as their refuge, swimming in and out as if it were their home. Many believe this jeep could be a remnant from World War II, when military forces were actively operating around the Indian Ocean region. However, time and the impact of nature have made it an inseparable part of the local ecosystem. From a symbol of war, the jeep now embodies the beauty of rebirth and serves as a safe haven for small creatures in the deep sea. The Winston Churchill Collection, a historical piece accidentally found. Winston Churchill, the legendary British Prime Minister, is one of the most prominent figures of the 20th century. He is admired not only for his outstanding leadership during World War II but also for his unique personal style. His image with a top hat, a cigar always in hand, and a majestic demeanor has become a historical symbol. Therefore, owning any of his personal items, from hats and cigars to gloves, is considered a priceless treasure. However, in 2019, a rare collection of Churchill's personal belongings was discovered in a trash bin. This is something few could imagine, given their value not only financially but also historically. The collection includes Churchill's famous hats, cigar holders that once belonged to him, and many other unique items. Even more special, it came with 200 handwritten letters written by Churchill's personal chef. These letters were not by Churchill but hold value as a detailed diary, as they record his daily life through the eyes of his attendant. Mood, his daily activities, his favorite dishes, and even interesting minor details about the Prime Minister. This collection was valued at around 300 million Vietnamese dollars, a significant amount. However, its true value lies not in that number but in its ability to take people back to the past and help them understand more about one of the greatest figures in world history. Those letters and items are doors opening to untold stories, a close yet meaningful perspective on Winston Churchill's life. Strange marine creature in Cape Town, a secret from the ocean depths. Imagine you're leisurely strolling on the beach, enjoying the salty breath of the sea, when suddenly a strange creature appears before your eyes, looking like an unbelievable combination of a clam, a fish, and a squid. That was exactly Linda Witcher's experience while enjoying her vacation in Cape Town, South Africa. While walking along the sunny beach, she encountered the corpse of a creature that even sea enthusiasts would struggle to recognize. Curious, she did what anyone in the modern social media age would do. Took a photo and shared it on Facebook, hoping for answers from the community. Seeming too bizarre to be real, this creature is actually a rare fish species called the red rocksucker. When alive, this fish possesses a much more adorable appearance than after death, with soft lips hiding sharp teeth inside, making them seem harmless and quite interesting. However, when exposed to the harsh tropical sunlight, their thin skin gradually dries out and shrinks bit by bit. As a result, the lips retract to reveal sharp teeth, creating a somewhat frightening appearance that startles many who see it for the first time. Red rocksuckers typically live in tidal pools, small ponds left between rocks when the tide recedes along the coast from Namibia to Wachusett, NH8 Train in South Africa. They are skilled predators, mainly feeding on small snails. Despite their seemingly gentle appearance, their razor-sharp teeth are perfect tools for clinging to slippery rocks and prying off the most stubborn snails. When washed ashore, South Africa's intense sun pickled them from the outside in, turning their smooth skin into a hard surface like dried fish skin. This not only makes them look peculiar but also increases the curiosity of people like Linda. Although their dead appearance is somewhat scary, when alive, red rocksuckers are actually fascinating creatures with important roles in the ocean ecosystem. Once again, nature reminds us that the deep sea still holds countless mysteries waiting to be explored. The Ferrari buried in a garden. Surely everyone has dreamed of owning a Ferrari, the famous Italian sports car with its sophisticated design and powerful engine. You might spend a lifetime saving to own one, or simply hope that one is buried in your backyard. The strange story of the Ferrari buried in a garden caused quite a stir in 1978, when two boys were playing in their new home's yard. While playing, they decided to dig some holes to explore. Unexpectedly, as they continued digging, they discovered a large object deep underground. After a while, the biggest surprise occurred. A 1974 Ferrari Dino 246 GTS appeared, covered in dirt. When this story was clarified, it was discovered that this Ferrari had been reported stolen 4 years earlier. However, since the owner couldn't be found, the insurance company auctioned the car to the highest bidder, and the Ferrari went to an unexpected person. But that wasn't the end of the story. In 2012, an investigation revealed a shocking secret. The car's owners themselves had planned to bury the Ferrari in an abandoned swimming pool, staging a fake theft to collect insurance money. After receiving the large sum, they disappeared, leaving the Ferrari buried underground for years, until the boys accidentally found the car and everything was exposed. The Disney Souvenir Collection in California. A fan of the show Storage Wars, you. In 2011, such a storage unit was put up for auction in California. And inside, people discovered a real treasure. a massive souvenir collection with over 40,000 items related to movies and TV shows. What's special is that the original owner of this storage unit was a prominent figure in the entertainment industry, and this collection of items contains a priceless cinematic history archive. The auction winners discovered countless props, costumes, promotional posters, film scripts, and products from various studios. Among them were rare items from Disney and Bollywood. This collection also included original Disney animation cells and unpublished artwork by Tim Burton. Exclusive promotional photos never before seen in a series of posters signed by famous movie stars. The value of this collection is estimated to be hundreds of millions of dong, but more importantly, it is for art and film enthusiasts. This is not just about money, but also priceless memorabilia from a golden era of Hollywood. The strange pink. It might sound like the name of a peculiar cocktail, but in reality, the pink grasshopper is a real creature. They are the result of a rare genetic mutation called erythrism, which affects a recessive gene, similar to albinism in humans. On an ordinary day, the Paget family in Austin, Texas made an interesting and quite rare discovery in their garden. 3-year-old Bruce Paget, who loves insects, found a pink grasshopper. Encouraged by his mother, Bruce started talking to the little grasshopper, not realizing it was a notable discovery. When Bruce's mother searched for information online, they realized that pink grasshoppers are truly rare in nature. Jack Alley, an entomologist from DeLahue University, explained that the grasshopper's unique pink color makes them more visible to predators, so their numbers in the wild are very low. However, there is an interesting hypothesis that in the past, pink was a common trait in this species, but it gradually disappeared due to changing habitats. After admiring the grasshopper's unusual beauty, the Parker family decided to release it back into nature so it could continue living in their garden. This story is not just a fun moment for the Parker family, but also a reminder of the wonders and mysteries that nature still hides. The 80 billion dong quartz cluster in Arkansas. Imagine working in a mine and accidentally finding a crystal cluster over 2.4 meters long, weighing nearly 1 ton, with an estimated value of about 80 billion dong. This giant quartz cluster was discovered at the Ron Coleman mine in Cheshireville, Arkansas, USA. It took 4 days of excavation for the workers to bring the crystal cluster out of the ground. This area is famous for a quartz vein over 270 kilometers long, so finding a large cluster is not too surprising. To extract this crystal cluster, workers used explosives to expand the area, then used hand tools to carefully separate the cluster. Finally, a large crane was mobilized to move the rock. This crystal cluster is only second in size to a larger one, weighing 1.3 tons, found a few years ago. The larger one has been displayed at exhibitions in Arizona, while the newly discovered one remains in Cheshireville awaiting sale. Perhaps everyone has dreamed of dropping a glass bottle with a letter inside into the sea, letting it drift away carrying hopes, memories, or simply curiosity. Some people have done that, and one of the oldest messages ever found appeared in Western Australia in 2018. While walking on a remote beach, Tanya Uman, a woman from Perth, picked up an old bottle. At first, she didn't think it was that important, but only after bringing it home, opening the cap, and drying the paper inside in the oven did she realize she was holding a piece of history. Later, experts confirmed it was a message from a German ship named Polar, dropped into the sea on June 12, 1886, as part of a German Navy sea route research experiment. The letter also requested the finder to report back to the German consulate. Unfortunately, over a century later, that message did not reach the intended recipient on time. 230 billion dong in buried gold coins. Have you ever dreamed of being part of the pirate world? With treasure chests filled with gold, silver, and jewels. A couple in California came closer to that dream when they accidentally found a treasure worth over 230 billion dong while taking a walk. During a stroll on a familiar path, they came across a rusty box exposed from the ground. When dug up, the box turned out to contain 1,411 gold coins minted from 1847 to 1984. This massive fortune is called the Cobalt Shuttered Ridge and has a total value of over 10 million US dollars. After discovering the first box, the couple returned to the same spot and found more boxes also filled with gold coins. To avoid unnecessary trouble, they decided to keep their identities anonymous because they didn't want to face suddenly friendly distant relatives. A couple strolling on the beach on a peaceful afternoon accidentally discovered a strange object hidden in the sand. When they approached and picked it up, they realized it was a small glass sphere. However, what truly amazed them was when they looked inside the sphere, they saw a small, vibrant ocean ecosystem. Small marine creatures like seaweed and even tiny crabs were living in the enclosed space. Everything was like a miniature world, a perfect living model protected in a transparent glass sphere. The sphere seemed to have become a home for these creatures, creating a mysterious and enchanting scene, like a natural work of art. There is an interesting hypothesis that such glass spheres are actually part of a unique art project. According to this, an artist does not sell these spheres. Instead, he handcrafts them and hides them all over the world, hoping that those who accidentally find them will have a surprising and magical experience. These spheres are like priceless gifts, carrying not only natural beauty but also part of a larger story, a creative connection between art and nature. The world's most valuable comic book. The first issue of Action Comics, where the superhero Superman debuted, is considered the most expensive comic book in history. First published in 1938, only about 100 copies remain today, and one of them once belonged to the famous actor Nicolas Cage. I bought this comic book in 1997 for about 3.6 billion dong, but unfortunately it was stolen from my private home in Los Angeles in 2000. Many years later, a lucky person found the comic book in an abandoned storage facility in Southern California. They decided to resell it and earn a huge amount of money, up to 50 billion dong. With their value continuously increasing over time, such comic books are evidence that sometimes preserving something seemingly small can bring a fortune in the future. These strange stories are a reminder that the world around us always holds countless surprises. Pay attention to the little things, because perhaps you will be the one to continue writing your own story.